More drama in the dirty South. This information is coming out of Dandridge, Tennessee. Craziness, craziness, craziness. Here we go.
And that's just one of more than a dozen signs, some vulgar, others bizarre, now pointing at a woman's home. It's all part of a dispute between neighbors happening in Dandridge. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Harrell.
I'm Ted Hall. Glad you're with us tonight, folks. Things are so heated. Police have been called. An order of protection filed. Sam Luther shows us more of the odd signs, including one that seems to reveal what started this in the first place.
Probably the most cherished things you could have on this earth is a good neighbor.
Clifton Stanley tries to be that sort of neighbor to the 78-year-old widow living at this Dandridge home. But he says the people who moved in next door to her are the exact opposite.
I told her when she wanted to mow her grass that I would come up and sit just to make sure that they didn't come over and harass her.
The woman tells us off camera the harassment is already happening. Just look at these signs filled with vulgar language pointed right at her house.
Well, I just take a 6-year-old grandson in and out of here every day, and my wife, I was in the military. I don't talk language like that.
One sign seems to lay out what started the feud. It reads, started with telling my kids they can't put up a tent in their own yard. The sheriff says this has been going on for months, but his hands are tied.
Well, I mean, it's First Amendment. I mean, they have the freedom of speech and they're on their property.
The sheriff says he can only intervene if there's a direct threat. We tried to ask about the signs, but nobody answered the door. The elderly woman who's lived next door for decades says she just wants it to stop. So do the people living nearby, whose children will pass by more frequently when school starts next week.
This ruins Tennessee.
That 70-year-old woman has filed an order of protection against her neighbors, the 78-year-old woman. That was served last week. As the sheriff says, what happens next have to be decided in the courts.
All right, everybody.
Pinnacle Home Improvements for quality siding, windows, roofs.
What's going on with these people in Dandridge, Tennessee? This lady's obviously been living in this house for a long time. She's got these neighbors now who are saying she started commotion with them about a tent put up in the yard by the children. So is this woman a nosy Parker stirring up trouble because she didn't like the tent put in the yard? Did she go over there and say something to them? What is the truth? What actually happened with this elderly neighbor and these other neighbors? Now there's retaliation. They're putting up signs, profanity, nasty signs. Other neighbors are now complaining. What the hell is going on? What is this, Hollerville times 2? This is just some honky-tonk mess going on. That's my latest information coming out of Dandridge, Tennessee. Like, share, subscribe. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $BeGanji129, Cash App. Be back with more stimulating conversation, content. Will it get worse? What will happen in court? Will this lady win? Will they have to move? Will she be ordered a restraining order against the neighbors? Do you think this is right to put up these type of signs, even though it's not threatening and on their property? Drop your comments below. It's the Queen. Thanks for joining me. I'm out of here.